And our HVAC guy arrived today.
Well, we're winding down our time in Crawford Bay at our cabin.
And our HVAC guy arrived today. He is my son-in-law out of Salmon Arm. He lives in Canoe. He works out of Salmon Arm and area in British Columbia. And there's his Rise Cooling and Heating, or Heating and Cooling, his phone number. And he's got the same truck that I do. So anyways, what we're doing is installing an ERV in the basement. And he will be putting the heat pumps in and the heat pump and the mini split. We've got construction on the roof. The tin is going on the roof as we speak. And he will also be, he's had his workers installing the ERV in the crawl space for the last couple hours. And they're venting that, getting all that set up. And then he's going to be installing a heat pump out back as well. And in addition to that, he will be putting in 2 ductless mini split heads for heating and cooling for the cabin. And yeah, this is a busy place this week. He's down in the crawl space talking with his employees right now. There's just a little bit of work left to do for them here today. They were going to come out for 2 full days, but I think they got it all done in 1.
Okay, it's been a busy week. I will go back to the other side because I was talking and the camera was not recording. Apparently, I'm not with it today. Anyways, we won't walk under the ladder. So, they've managed to get to the point where this side is complete and they're ready to go to the next side. Not sure how the edges get trimmed off though. Not really sure how that what works there. Maybe that's where the gutters go? I know they're doing some kind of snow stop. I don't really know what that looks like 100%, but it's necessary up here in the Kootenays because, well, they've got a lot of snow here. Anyways, so I guess they'll start this side tomorrow and get all the sheets of metal on the roof. And as Brent said, Ryan was here today installing as much as he could. We don't have our electricity brought to the house yet. And we're moving the trailer so that could happen. However, we should have been, I guess, more on top of it, I guess you could say. And because Brandon, our electrician, has to coordinate with Fortis and they bring the power in from the road and then they start putting it where it needs to go. We can't do any of our ceiling lights and I'll show you why. Did you enjoy your lunch, Brent? At 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He's tired and a little bit grumpy, not gonna lie. So the reason we can't do the wiring on the roof is because, well, that piece of plywood's not gonna be there. But what needs to, well, there will be plywood up there that the flooring will get attached to. What has to happen up there is a 2x4 flooring that the plywood will lie on top of. And that 2x4 flooring is where all the electrical and whatever else have you is going to go. And yeah, so we've got a few more items to complete. Can't move forward inside until outside is done. So, yeah. We are taking the trailer down today. It's Thursday, and we are taking the trailer down to the RV park. We're going to stay there tonight and Friday night, and Saturday morning we're going to start heading back down to the coast. So we have a few little items that we are going to complete tomorrow. And after that, well, we'll see. Well, we're winding down our time in Crawford Bay at our cabin. And I'll show you where they are by the end of today and what we're leaving them with. And I'm running into Nelson today to return a cap for the ceiling, this thing here, that we picked up the other day because we thought we needed it, but the roofer had already picked one up for us, so that's pretty cool. And so I'm just gonna, on my little adventure, to go and take that back. And while I'm in Nelson, I'm going to also do our bottles and that sort of return because it's right next door. I'm just going to double check on my phone to make sure that this wood stoves place is open late enough. Brent and I unloaded all the cabinets from inside of Cooter, and he's back at the property loading all the things that can't go in the house and are still in tubs and that sort of thing back into Cooter. So I think our deck boards are in there, so we will deal with that next spring. And yeah, just a bunch of things going on, so yeah. Our neighbors have invited us over for dinner tonight, and hopefully I get back on time to not be too late to that. Well, no, the scenery has not changed. But in the last hour and a bit, I have driven into Nelson, dropped off the things I needed to drop off, filled the car up with fuel, so I'm good to go for tomorrow morning, and back on the ferry. So yeah, I just ate a treat, so I'm trying to get rid of it. Beside me is two ladies on motorcycles, and I think they both have Indian motorcycles, and they are super cool. I just think it's cool they have motorcycles. They don't know I'm recording them, so I'll try to be inconspicuous. The one has plates from Minnesota, but she's actually from Ohio, I think she said. And yeah, cool ladies out on their bikes, biker chicks. I'm gonna go back to the trailer, and yeah, not much to see back on the trailer, or back on the boat. And so I'm gonna head back to the trailer and get changed and go have dinner with our neighbors. Yay. I made it back and got changed.
I made it back too.
Well, you weren't with me on the ferry that time.
Oh, that back.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we had a lovely dinner at
Richard and Jacqueline's. Thank you very much, guys. It was awesome.
Yeah, and we look forward to doing that more often. Maybe next time it'll be on us.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so that was our last full day in Crawford Bay up at the cabin. And stay tuned next time for what adventures lie ahead as we make our way back to the Lower Mainland.
Yeah, next step in the process.
And there's more to come. We're so far from finished.
Oh, yeah.
All right, folks, that's all we wanted to share with you this week.
Give us a thumbs up if you like what you see.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Ring that bell.
Okay. Ready?
I guess.
Okay. So that was our last full day in Crawford Bay at the cabin, and the next day we ended up leaving. What?
No, I was just gonna say thanks to Richard and Jacqueline for a fantastic dinner, and had a few drinks afterwards. Yeah, bye-bye.